So welcome back to the channel everyone, and welcome back to Zielonka. In the last episode we were doing the red beet harvest and I just finished that off camera. But what I also noticed at the end was the parsnips, and they were going to be, well, it was October was the last month available to harvest those. So if I hadn't got those harvested, then they would probably just withered and died. So also off camera I got the parsnips harvested as well. So I'm just on the way now down to the soup factory with the last load of the parsnips, but I wanted to come along this road here because in the last episode a comment that I'd missed a golden apple, and it was in this pergola thing. I suppose it's a pergola. There it is. I mean, I didn't even see this in the edit, so that was that was some amazing spotting there from, I think it was EMT, so thank you for that. So what I'm going to do is I'll just get down to the soup factory and then we'll have a look at the production screen and I'll show you how we're looking for all our vegetable crops so far. Okay, so we're now here at the soup factory. So if I just nip into the production screen, as you can see, we've got sort of 51,000 litres of parsnips in the preserve factory, and in the soup factory we're now at over 63,000 there. I think that's going to be the final figure. So I've tried to favour putting them into the soup factory just because we can have this triple soup which uses one of each. So all that's left now is to get the carrots in and bring some potatoes down to this one. Probably I'll only do a single trailer load. We've got like 100,000 litres, so the rest of those I want to make into potato chips when we can. So I need to head back, get the carrot field harvested. I'm probably not going to show much of that. This series is never really about the actual sort of farming, it's more about showing off the productions from the premium expansion. So I just want to get the carrots in, get them sorted, get all these productions kicked off. Oh, there's a great bit of traffic, thank you. Yeah, so get the productions kicked off and then we can start looking at the next move for the farm. Okay, so here we are. I'm not sure how long this is going to take me, but I'll do a little bit of footage and then we'll just jump cut to the end. So I'll put a worker on the Fiat and I'll just follow with the trailer. Right, so I've taken one load to the preserve factory and I've actually switched those productions on now. So what I'm going to do with the second trail load, I'm going to get down to the soup factory and then I can get the 3 vegetable soups making and the triple soup, and then all that'll be left there is to take some potatoes down and get potato soup going. But at least that way we'll start producing some pallets of soup and preserve, and then maybe that'll help us on our way to getting the potato factory. Okay, so here we are. It's a bit of a drive, but not too bad with this tractor. Right, so yeah, so I've knocked, that's all 3 preserves now in production. So now we can stick on the triple soup, the carrot soup, parsnip and red beet soup. Those are all set to store in here, so we'll just be getting the pallets out here. Probably going to have to get a bigger trailer for moving the pallets around. But we can look at doing that as soon as they're ready. Right, so back to the field and get this carrot harvest finished. Alright, so we're into the last strip now of the field. It's taken me probably just over an hour in real time to get this field done. So it is quite a slow process, but it's probably the last time I'll be doing it with one of these harvesters. Right, so that's my trailer full. I'll tell you, I'm just going to tip this into or a little bit of this into the preserve factory here, and then I'll take the rest down to the soup factory. So I also slowed down time to like ×2 instead of from the ×5 I normally run it at, and that was just so I'd have daylight to do the rest of the episode with, because it gets quite dark early in these winter months. So it looks like we've got some red beet already being produced. So I think I'll just tip maybe a quarter of this in. Fill it back up with the rest of the field and then head down to the soup factory. So there was only this tiny bit here that got missed, and that was just because of that pole there. It couldn't run up right to the end of the field because of that pole. So, but it's a lot less wastage than what there was in the red beet field. Right, so we'll just get this harvested. So the next job, I think I'm going to look at the hydro and see if I can get any more, if I need any more fields to be fertilised. I think those canola fields will need done again. And then we'll probably head on down to the sawmill, because there will be some pallets of planks there. Now I'm not going to put those into the piano factory, I'm just going to go and find the best price to sell them. Although if we are at like sort of rock bottom price, then I won't bother. I'll just keep them until the price is better. So I could also do with some help. If any of you know where there's any of these golden apples, we've got 20 left to collect. You see the trees there starting to look quite full. I'm not sure where I'm going to find another 20 apples in this map. I mean, we've done all the houses sort of up here and most of these down here, I think. So I'm just not sure where they've hidden another 20 apples. So if you know where there are any, you know, put them in the comments and try and help me out. Right, so this sort of thing with the selling, that's from those wood planks outside the piano factory, and I think because I've set the time to ×2, it seems to have an issue with selling them. So I'll just stick it back up to ×5 now, and hopefully that'll fix that. But yeah, so in the production, so you can see the preserves, we've got sort of 50,000 litres of carrots, 47 of parsnip, 32 red beet, and we're producing nicely. And in here, you know, carrots and parsnips are about the same, red beet slightly behind. So we'll go back to the farm now. We'll have a look at get the hydro, see if it can do any fertilising, and then we'll pick up a trailer load of potatoes and bring those down here. And then we'll see what else we can do, because I'll have to change that trailer back to being a flatbed so we can go and get these planks. I think we'll use the Fiat Agri for that. It's probably in dire need of a service and some fuel, so we'll try and see what we can do when we're out getting the trailer fixed up. I'm actually wondering if I filled the piano factory with planks and got the money for them, if I was to then go and buy it, would it keep that stock of planks? I know it's a bit of a cheat, but getting paid for the wood that I put into the piano factory and then buying the factory and getting the money for the pianos, but yeah, I think that might be quite a good idea. Certainly a way of getting some quick money. But if I buy it and there's no wood in it, then I'm not in any worse position, I suppose. Alright, so the hydro's back at the farm here after doing its contract in the last episode. At least I think it was the last episode that the contract was in. So if I just pull up here, I think I need to go and select this. There we go. Do I need to take this out? There we go. Let's see if I can get underneath it a little bit better. Okay, so there we go. Potatoes. Right, so while that fills, we'll just bring this back. Oh yeah, I mean, look, I've hardly got any fuel left, and service is down at 0. We've got this way. So I think I prefer this harvester over the last one we had. I know it means that I've got to be with it all the time instead of just coming back to take the filled pallets out of it. But it's certainly quicker. And if I'm just doing like a jump cut, then I think that's a much better way of doing it. I did wonder if Cosplay could maybe sort it out, and there was an option to unload harvester, but it wouldn't deliver it to either of the soup factories. They didn't seem to be in the list, so I don't know if that's an update that Cosplay needs, or if it just can't do it. I'm not quite sure. But it's a shame, otherwise I could have just let Cosplay run away with that whole job and we could have got on with other stuff. Right, so hopefully this will fit into here okay. I think that'll do. Right, so I just need to get the loader, which is right in front of the combine. So I'll have to move the combine. So I'll just hitch it up to this trailer and I'll get a worker to take it to the store, and then once we've dropped off the potatoes we can go and get this sorted out and over to the sawmill. Right, so I can only get 16,500 litres of potatoes before we max out on weight. Now I know I'm quicker than you, so I want to get in front. Right, time to make some potato soup. So I'll just need to knock that production on. I'm guessing these pallets were 2,000 litres each. I think that's right. That explains why we haven't actually seen a pallet produced yet. And the preserves I think are 1,000 litres each. So I'm just going to go and have a look down at this sort of building down here. I can't remember if I've been down here looking for apples. So let's go and have a look around. See what there is. There's nothing in that bus stop. Don't think there's one in that bus stop. I'm not sure what this place is. It might be the dairy, is it? Yeah, it's the dairy. So let's just pull in here. Oh, there's an apple. Look at that. If I just come out. Yeah, there it is. Okay. So there's one at least. So I don't think there's one in here. That looks clear. Now this looks like a nice little set of steps to nowhere. So it looks like there could be just the one here, maybe. Isn't one up on here anywhere? No. Right, so I was kind of hoping there would have been more than this. How am I going to get up there? Can I jump on these bins and jump on that? And then jump on that. There we go. Yeah, so 19 left. Can I get on this bit of roof? I can, but there's nothing there. Okay. Well, that's a bit disappointing. I thought there would have been more than that here. So I'm just really not sure how I'm going to find another 19. Definitely none there. Oh, is that one there? Or is that a light? What's that there? Oh no, it's the gutter. Okay, so get to the dealership now, and we'll pick up the Fiat Agri. Right, so I'll send the Massey back now. And we'll get this reconfigured. You see the fuel's flashing there. I should maybe have filled this up in the yard where I've got my own little fuel bowser, but I forgot. I might have enough fuel to do what I want to do though. So repairing would cost 9,500, so well, we'll do it. And let's just customize this, take it back to a bale trailer. So looking at the prices, what are the prices of planks at the moment? Yeah, they're not great. So best price is 4.2, worst is 3.4. Yeah, and the best place to take them would be the piano, but so we'll probably have to leave those for now. Oh, I've lost my trailer. We don't have any more wood without cutting down some trees. I don't like how these cars are here. So I'm not sure what else I'm going to do in this episode now, so I'll probably just finish it here. I know it's not been the biggest episode, but you know, sometimes I suppose these months are going to be like that. Are we catching this trailer up? Right, so the problem here is it's the cruise control still set to 6. Let me just jump into it and get that changed. So I think the only thing I can do now is the fertilizing with the hydro. So that could be our last job for the day. We'll just have a quick look at that. But I suppose now that we're getting some preserves made, we'll start making a bit more cash hopefully, and we can progress to the next stage of the farm. I kind of think it might be nice to get some horses, and I know you have to ride them. There are some achievements for riding horses, so maybe I could take a horse for a ride and go looking for these collectibles if you can find any. So that might be an idea. But I also really want to get a pressure washer. I mean, look at the state of this trailer. So the fields, they fertilized. Yeah, so they both need fertilized, so let's get the hydro doing that job. It's actually got very little fertilizer in it. Have I got any up here? Is that fertilizer or is that lime? It's seed. Okay, right, let me go and get some fertilizer and then we'll come back and get this job finished. So I switched over to the Massey just because it's got the narrow tyres on it, and it wasn't till I drove halfway through the field with the hydro that I remembered about crop destruction. So we'll head back now and we'll get a worker off fertilising these two fields. Alright, so for this we'll just use cosplay and then cosplay fieldwork, that's the one. 18 metres, do one headland. There you go. Okay, so a worker can do this, and then I'll set one off in the other field as well, and then there's only this field left to fully fertilise. But I think that's it for this episode. Not much, like I said earlier, not much progression really in this one, just getting all those carrots in and getting the productions kicked off with those. So hopefully that will really help us to progress in the future when it's time to sell the soup and the preserves. But thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm sure that once we get out these winter months, the episodes will get a little bit more interesting. but that's just the way this map is, I think. And I said, if you know where there's any apples, please let me know and I'll go and find them, and then hopefully we can find out if there's any kind of hidden Easter egg when you find all the apples. So thank you for watching. See you in the next episode. Bye bye for now.